Hello and welcome. Yeah, this will be part two in, I guess, events of part two. It's a series, right? To getting to know me by my physical TBR. Still doing fantasy for this video. Let's get right into it. Uh, and right with a big one. As you can see, these are almost all the books I have in the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. Um, I already read the first book, Stormfront, and really look forward to continuing with that series. Then I also have the Black Magician trilogy by Trudy. Uh, how do you pronounce it? Trudy Canavan, I guess. So yeah, the Magician's Guild, the Novice, and the High Lord. These are the titles of the books. So can't wait to start that one. Need to discover her as an author. And also in the Age of Five series, I have here the first two books. I also have the third one, but it will be coming in a next video. So the first one is called The Priestess of the White, and the second book is called Last of the Wilds. So yeah, can't wait to read that series. Then one again from the Forgotten Realms by Richard Lee Byers. Queen of the Depths, and that's book in the series of the priests. Priests. My pronunciation. So yeah, it's D&D kind of adventure. All the Forgotten Realm books are, so always very fun to read them. And then I also have some of the Witcher books by Andrzej Sapkowski. So the big one are the two books with all the short stories, and for then on the series continues. And I haven't seen or played any of the Witcher, so I'll go in blind and hopefully I'll like it. Then some might be hating on me right now, but I also have all of the books by Terry Goodkind. I'll show you some more. I know he's controversial now and maybe back then when he was still alive. The bookshops in the city where I lived always praised his books for, wow, this is one of the greatest fantasies ever written. So yeah, more about bookshops later because I have also Fire and Blood by George R. Martin. This was sold in another bookstore as a children's book. Yeah, really don't know how they got to that, but I still going to read it. I have read the first two books in A Song of Ice and Fire, and we'll be reading this one in July before the upcoming new series on the 21st of August on HBO. And that series is primarily based on this book, so yeah, can't wait to read it. And then another book by John Marco, The Jackal of Nar. It's the first part in a series of Kings and Tyrants, at least if the translation in Dutch is correct. I also have the other parts and will show you in a later batch. Then some books by Marcus Heitz. Is this Ritus? Haven't read any of his books, but I own a lot of them. Can't wait to find out if his writing style it's a match for me or not because I haven't read any of it. And then I oh my back, oh my back, oh I'm getting too old for this. I have his Dwarven series, and I know the fifth book is already out, and I need to add that one to my collection. But these are the first four books in that series by him. So yeah, if you want to see the covers, they're mostly the same. Only the color of the blades or the axes are changing. So yeah, if you like it, and I can show it all to you, right? Yeah, that was mainly the reason why I bought his books because I really like the cover. Then by David Hare, I have his first book, Fire, Water and Fire, or Fire and Water, and it's not really called that in English. My bad. It's Mage Blood in the Moonside Quartet. Yeah, I thought this series already had 8 books at least here, so still need to get to one. Then some more books by Ted Williams. The first one in is let me look it up for you very quickly. In the Shadow March series. Yeah, I have the other parts also, and all the covers are primarily the bow, and that one is changing with each new cover. We'll show you soon because I know. Oopsie. They're coming up very soon. No. And then some books by Juliette Marillier. I guess I pronounced it correctly this time. Yeah, haven't read any of her books, but I know the first two are the Seven Water series by her, and the other two are I really don't know. But I'm going to read them and hopefully like them, right? And then by Michael Pankoffa, I have The Wizard. I have some other books by him, and they're primarily some history and mystery books. So this is his fantasy book. Can't wait to find out if he's one for me. And then by David B. Coe, I have The Children of Amaret. And it's the first one in trilogy. Yeah, have also the other two books. Haven't read any of this work, so yeah, can't wait to find out. They're yeah, like I mentioned in my previous video, most of the authors I really don't know much about or haven't read any of their works. So yeah, it's primarily for me. It's a discovery, and I like to share that with you. Then by Stella Gemmell, I have The City. Um, yeah, she was the partner of David Gemmell, fantasy author who died in 2006. So yeah, can't wait to find out if she has the same talent as her husband had, because a fantasy award is named after him. Yeah. And then this one is the conclusion in a series. It's called The Stone Golem by Mary Gentle in the Ilario series. So I think I need to buy all the other books first before I start in this series. And then the final book in this batch is the second book in the Shadow King trilogy by Michael Cobley, and this one is called Shadow God. Yep, I think I already showed you the first book in this series, so need to find the last one, and then I can start reading it to the next part. So yeah, batch two. See, by Raymond E. Feist, I have the full Rift War saga. So the first five books in his work, and haven't read any of his books, but I own a lot of them. Then by Kenneth Lee, let me see. White as snow, red as blood. So correctly translated into Dutch. Yeah, going to discover her. Like I mentioned earlier, I have part zero from this book, and this is part one. This one came out first, and then the part zero as a prequel. So yeah, four. It's let's be honest, it's based on Norse mythology, right? More books by Marcus Heitz, The Children of Judas, where Ritus is part one, and this is part three, I guess, in that series. Some more of Terry Goodkind, because the bookshops are still saying he's great, and internet is saying he's not so great, so don't judge me that I'm reading it because I was misled by all the bookshops here so badly. Then by Mike Schultz. I don't know if it's a debut or not. Yeah, Swords of Memory. Um, yeah, can't wait to find out. I really don't know why it's Devil's Work in the Netherlands or in the Dutch title, but we'll find out. Then I have the first two books in the trilogy by Stephen Lawhead, and that's the King's Raven trilogy. So I have Boot and Tuck. And yeah, this will be a Robin Hood retelling. And I have another one, or I have another book in this batch, which is also a Robin Hood retelling. So let's see which one is the better one or which one I like most. Then by Stephen Donaldson, some more of the Chronicles of Thomas Covenant. Yeah. So the Curse of Lord Vale, the Mirror of Her Dreams, and That One Tree are the books I have here. Then by Catherine Kerr, I have the first of her Devery series, the one over the Westland. So can't wait to discover her. Two more books by John Marco. This one is the finishing of the Kings and Tyrant trilogy, and this one will be. I really don't know. It's also end of a trilogy, I guess. But hey, can't wait to find out. And then I have here by Robin Hobb the. Really don't know what it's called. I just looked it up. At least these are the three. This is the trilogy that's not in the realms of the Adling. The Sons something something trilogy. We'll look it up if you give me 1 minute. So yeah, by Roman Hobb, the Soldier Son trilogy. And this is not part of the realms of the Elderling. And also uh, the whole Tawny Man trilogy, and this one does take part in the realms of the Elderling. Yeah, they're all in Dutch, so as you can see, most of them are still sealed, or the seal is letting loose, but hey, they're still sealed, so still need to read them. And as mentioned before, by Angus Donald, and this one is the first one in his series of Robin Hood. And let me look up. Outlaw is the title of this one. So yeah, that's it for this part or batch up to part 3, I guess. So yeah, this will be batch 3. Let's start it off with a whole trilogy again in the Forgotten Realms. This one's by Elaine Cunningham, and the trilogy is called. I really don't know where to look now. The Starlight and Shadows trilogy. My bad. The first. Sorry. The first book is called Daughter of the Draw. Tangled Webs is the second book, and Windwalker will be the third one. So 1, 2, and 3. Then again by Marcus Heitz. Yeah, in the Legend of the Alfar series. This is the second book. Devastating Hate. Um, yeah, finally in English instead of in Dutch. So let's find out if it's good or not. The Sorry, this one's for another series. Then by Mary Hoffman, I have Stravaganza City of Flowers. And this one is part of a quartet. It's part 3. So I need to find book 1, book 2, and book 4. So I'm still on the hunt for books. By Stan Nichols, I have the Orcs trilogy, and this is the second trilogy he wrote. I read the first 3 books. I really liked them. It's a nice point of view of how orcs work, or how that society works within fantasy, because we're always told they're the bad guys and you should kill them and whatever. Look at Lord of the Rings, they're also for the bad guys. But yeah, this one shines a whole new light in their society, so can't wait to find out if it is as great as the first one. So yeah, on to some books by R.E. Salvatore. He has written multiple series within the Forgotten Realms. Let's start with these two. These are books 1 and 4 in the Clerk Quintet. I have all 5 of them, so don't worry about it. The first one's called Centacle, and the fourth one is called The Fallen Fortress. And then also by him, The Silent Blade, in another series where we will meet Drits, and there are a lot of books about Drits. So continuing in the Forgotten Realms, my bad, in the Fighter series, I think I mentioned that one in the first video. This one is by Jess LeBeau, and this one is called The Master of Chains. So yeah, continuing with this batch. By David Bicou, I have now the second book, so the whole trilogy is complete. Yeah, The People of Gildry is the title of the second book. Then by Dennis L. McKiernan, The Caverns of Socrates. Yeah. don't know much about it. By Gay Gabrielle Kay. It's the second book I'm showing, and I think I have a third one. And this is a song for Arbonne. Yeah. Then I have John Gwynne. I have Malice, and it's the first book in the Faithful and the Fallen. Yeah, can wait to discover him. Stupid itch in my nose. Then some more books by Raymond E. Feist. Yeah, Rage of a Demon King. What is it? Rage of a Demon King, and I really don't know what this one about, but this one is. Yeah, he is written with William Forston. So yeah. Then some more Terry Goodkind, all in his big epic series of multiple books. So yeah, some more of that. We go to it. Some more Raymond E. Feist. And probably I have multiple versions of it. So yeah, one when I get to it, you all know. Then by Weiss and Hickman, Journey Through the End, and it's the third part. Journey into the Void, my bad. Yeah, and it's part 3 in one of their series. By distract you right. By Monica Felton. I really don't know if there's an English. No, it's only a German translation. This is part 4 in her For Now quartet. Yeah, I have book 3 and book 4, and still on the hunt for book 1 and book 2. It's about some else, going by the cover or by the title. My bad. Then some more World of Warcraft books. This one's by Christy Golden, The Shattering. Yeah. If it's something I like or not. And then some more Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan, and this one's also by Brandon Sanderson. So I think this is the book 13 in the 14 book or 15 book series, if you count the prequel as a series or as part of the counting. Then by Erica Johansson, I have in this series I guess it's called Tearling series. I really don't know. Yeah, I have book 1 and book 3. So need to discover that one. And then by Stephen Erickson, Dust of Dreams. And this is also one of the books in the Malazan Book of the Fallen Empire, whatever thingy dingy. Yeah, instead. So yeah, need to start reading that series. And we all love or hate it. Still some more books by Terry Goodkind. So that's it for now. So hopefully you liked and enjoyed it. And see you in the next video. Bye.